I'm going to start tonight with the Goonies Escape with One-Eyed Willy's Rich Stuff. This is a coded Chronicles series game. This one is for ages 12 and up. Basically, one or more players can play it. It's kind of almost one of those escape room style, mystery solving style games. So typically, you play it through. You're only going to really play it once because you've kind of learned the clues. But I want to look at all the details and the great artwork that they've thrown into this, because I've played The Shining and I've played the Scooby-Doo one. This is a brand new one that just came out, and we also recommended it on our 12 days of holiday and good cheer giveaways and game recommendations. So if you're following me, the charity board gamer, and Chelsea of Chelka's Corner, or is it Chelsea's Corner? She just updated the name, so I'll have to verify which it is. But if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see the links to her channel as well. So we recommended a lot of great games for gifting and playing during the holidays because of how much I knew I liked the Coded Chronicles series, and I wanted to get my hands on this anyway. So I was really fortunate that the op did provide this copy to me. So again, the Goonies Escape with One-Eyed Willy's Rich Stuff from the op. Let's bust this open and really look into it. So per the back, over 120 components included with 8 secret envelopes and 25 puzzles to solve. So there's a lot of great gameplay that should be integrated into this. So if you love the Goonies, you love kind of escape room mystery solving games, this should be right up your alley. Now the Coded Chronicles series does have kind of a scale for how difficult it is. It shows this one just above halfway. So there's 6 levels. It's at the 4th level. So it's not going to be the easiest by any means, but it's also not going to be the hardest to play. Let's go and take a read at the back of this as well. It's a race to save the Goondocks. Take on the roles of the Goonies: Mickey, Brand, Mouth, Data, Andy, Steph, Chunk, and Sloth, and begin the quest to claim One-Eyed Willy's treasure. This adventure takes cunning, special skills, and teamwork as players decode the needed clues and solve puzzles to reach the Inferno. Determination is of the utmost importance if you hope to stay one step ahead of the Fratellis. So let's dig into this, and again, because it's one of those escape room style games of you typically only play it once to solve the full thing, I'm not going to actually open all the envelopes that we find in here and give away too much. I'm going to just show off what you see in the box at first opening. So let's see what it has. So right on top, we have the, wait, read this first, little manual. It's an adventure guide. So this should walk you through how this is going to work. And at the top it says about 60 to 90 minutes per act. So let's see how many acts it actually has, and we'll go from there. So it's going to tell you the contents that we should be finding in this box as well. So some narrative journals, some map tiles, clue cards, secret envelopes, dry erase map, and pen, a doubloon, intermission envelope, and an adventure guide. So it's going to walk you through setup, tell you how to play, how to use the different characters, a quick example as well, so you don't spoil anything messing up without understanding how those clues are going to work and how you pair a character and a clue number if you have not played the Coded Chronicles series yet. Solving puzzles, if you're caught by the Fratellis, intermission. Oh, you're ready to start. To begin, you would read the entry 1000 in Mickey's journal, and then continue to decipher codes, find clues, and solve puzzles. And then if you end up needing some hints, they're in here as well. And then if you're caught too many times, end-game scoring. So let's see what kind of journals we have. First we have Mickey's number 1. So we'll just look at this first page so it doesn't give too much away. So this very first page is the very beginning that would tell you to start with. Got a bit of a glare, good, so you can't read too much if I accidentally reveal or turn to the wrong page. But so it's going to use numbers that you're turning to find those clues once you've connected them on the maps with the player, with a certain character or something like that. And then if you're playing with this group instead of just solo, because I typically play a lot of these solo, if you're playing with a group, read this aloud. Really have fun with the story. Make it a theme night or something. But you'll end up finding clues using the different numbers and looking them up. So we got Mickey, number 1, Brand, 2, Mouth, 3, Andy, Journal 4, Steph on 5, Chunk, 6 and 7, Sloth, and 8. Data doesn't have a 9 on the front, but because it's more numbered, or not just numbered, there's letters in there as well. Okay, and then we got some envelopes right here. Looks like they actually have some artwork on the envelopes. We'll try to look at those in a moment. Start pulling stuff out of here and kind of show off what it gives you. One thing I really like is they've taken the time to integrate extra artwork into this little box insert, so it's not just plain white. You can tell they've really pushed the theme throughout the whole box, the whole game, all of the components, to really make it feel like one cohesive and complete game setup. So it looks like there's like almost like compasses and maps and different stuff on here. And so, kind of like most of the Coded Chronicles series, you don't need a ton of different compartments. Most of it fits into one, because a lot of things will go back into an envelope or something at the end. Kind of like how we pulled it out. So there's Intermission. So there's some QR code stuff on here to start Act 2 or 3. So it looks like there's 3 total acts. So if you think about it, 60 to 90 minutes per act, 3 acts. So that's 3 different unique experiences or game nights you can have with family or friends. And so the price of this game is less than, say, going to a movie or going out to eat or something with that same group. So that's one of the great things about gaming, is the price to value you typically get. So that's one of the reasons I really enjoy stuff like this, because you get so much more value out of the price, typically. Depending on the type of game you like, of course. But granted, I did receive this from them, so I can't talk about how much it's going to cost you to buy it. But for sure, go look it up. I'm sure their price is always reasonable. I highly recommend it if you have an opportunity to. So Intermission, you would be able to open this envelope potentially. There is something in here. Feels like a card, some cards or something like that. Of course, we're not going to reveal it here on stream, because no spoilers. We're just looking at components, looking at quality, and looking at how we would play the game. But we don't want to spoil the game for you if it's a escape room style mystery game. So I'm going to put that Intermission back into the box. Okay, so something we can look at is this dry erase little board. Looks like it's compass map. Almost the same style artwork that was in that box insert. Looks like there's room to write on it on the back side. Now, what we write on it, I don't know yet. We'll have to see when we play the game later. And a dry erase marker with an eraser on the end of it. Pretty standard issue for board gaming now with dry erase components is the marker with the eraser on the tip. Those are always tend to work quite well and long enough, as long as you don't leave it uncapped for too long. So no issue. That seemed quality enough. Move this over here and see what else we got. So in this are the map tiles. So like most of the Coded Chronicle games, you have this little sleeve to keep them together. You don't need a big envelope or a big baggie for these, but you can still put that sleeve back on when you're done playing. So you're going to go map tile with their letter on all of them. looks like different locations, like in a cave, on a ship. And so the way you end up solving things is fitting certain characters onto these later. Okay, and then we got the envelopes. So these are also numbered. So it looks like the way these would work is once you pair up and find a certain clue with this number, potentially in those manuals we already looked at, you would get to open these envelopes at certain points when it tells you to. So we got like the Goondocks, the Shipwreck Cove, Eco Estate Park, Astoria Column, Cannon Beach Dunes, the River's Edge, Cauldron Point, and Gold Rock Beach. And each of these feel like they have cards and different components in them that you get to essentially unlock. This one feels like it's full, like it could have map tiles in it, as well as that. So they're each going to have something slightly different, expanding the game, expanding the mystery, and what all you explore while playing. I want to make sure I put this back on the map tiles. Show just how easy it is to reuse it. So you just slide it back on. And now those all stay together in the box. We also have the balloon marker. Now how this is used, I don't know if it's like a first player component or something else as part of the mystery. So I'm not going to assume any of that right now. You'll have to find out on your own. But we also have this pack of cards. Now, I'm not going to show off these cards because, again, that might give away too many things. I don't know what you're supposed to look at or not look at yet. So I would have to start playing and reading the game to know what you're allowed to see. But as you can see, the back of the cards does look like the box top. The big skull shape with the name of the game right there on it. Very thematic. Now, something we typically look for when opening games is, do packs of cards have the quick release tab on them, or are they designed in a way to easily open without risking cutting the cards or ripping it or something? Now, at first glance, I do not see a quick release tab on these cards. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It does feel like this plastic is loose enough that I could get the point. Yep. So I could even grab that plastic right there without issue and pull it away. So that tells me I can open these cards without having to risk cutting along the side of it or cutting a card or ripping it or tearing it in a way that would damage the actual components. So it's okay when it doesn't have a quick release tab, as long as the plastic itself is something like this where it's easy to open. So no complaints, no issues with that. But I will be waiting to open those until told to by the game, and it's easier to put away for now, of course. Now, that's really all I can show off. We'll show how easy it goes back in the box, just because the way the components are, map tiles fit right in there, of course. All of these envelopes fit in here as well. Cards, doubloon, the marker, dry erase board, and then all of our journals. I'm going to make sure all these go back in the order they were already in. And then we get back to that right there. So if you see right here, the characters aren't necessarily shown as part of the contents initially. So this probably means that the characters are unlocked as you play the game, potentially in the different envelopes. Because as part of the contents, it talks about journals, the maps, clues, envelopes, and such. But here, it actually has the characters. And so, potentially you end up, like most of the other Coded Chronicle games, the characters have a little standee of some sort. that you can move around and pair onto the map tile. So you most likely unlock them as you play the game, is why we did not see them right out of the box like some of the other Coded Chronicle games. But I do look forward to playing this.